The UDAN scheme is built on a specific promise, connecting unserved regional airports to make air travel affordable for the average citizen. To understand the ethical pressures of public-private partnerships, we look at a July 2026 scenario based on PIB and CAG audit frameworks. This is the target demographic, those everyday citizens relying on regional routes. The baseline starts with the RCS levy, a public fund pool creating a dedicated subsidy. The government provides viability gap funding from this to private airlines, offsetting losses from artificially low-priced seats. This creates a circuit. Airline profitability is maintained while passengers access cheap tickets. In this model, the private partner's profit is contractually guaranteed only when the public good is delivered. Recent CAG audit findings and internal whistleblowers reveal that this circuit is being broken at a regional airport. This diagram shows the fraud mechanism. The airline intercepts VGF-funded seats, routing them through travel agents to sell at market rates for double profit. To keep subsidies flowing, the airline falsifies passenger manifests, reporting flights fully booked to the ministry, triggering more public money. You are Ravi Kumar, a young IAS nodal officer. This data flow of fraudulent bookings has just landed on your desk. When you flag the anomaly, senior officers instruct you to ignore it. The ministry has already promoted UDAN as a successful scheme, and your report would disrupt that narrative. If you speak up, the contract is canceled, regional connectivity is lost, and you risk being labeled a troublemaker. If you stay silent, you become complicit in the embezzlement of public funds. This creates an administrative paradox. Does an officer protect an institution's reputation, even if that protection harms the very citizens it was built to serve? To resolve this for the UPSC GS-4 exam, we apply a four-step methodology. Step 1, identify stakeholders and their interests, starting with the passenger's right to affordable transit. We map conflicting interests, the airline's focus on subsidy continuity versus the ministry's need for a successful image. Finally, the taxpayer, expecting proper use of public funds. Step 2 extracts the ethical values, framing the conflict as accountability versus loyalty, duty to the public versus obedience to superiors. This introduces the concept of probity. In public service, intentionally hiding the misuse of funds constitutes an active violation of integrity. The conclusion is that the ends do not justify the means. Achieving a successful scheme cannot be built on the unethical foundation of forged data. Step 3 evaluates extreme options. Option A, staying silent, protects your career, but normalizes corruption and betrays public trust. Option B, leaking to the media, violates conduct rules, destroys institutional integrity, and raises questions about professional motives. Both extremes harm the citizen. Silence allows robbery to continue, while a media leak causes sudden route cancellation, leaving the region completely without connectivity. Ethical leadership and administration requires a solution that addresses the crime while maintaining the service. Option C is procedural courage, the most effective method for systemic correction. Phase 1 moves the grievance to an official record, filing a documented report with evidence of ticketing fraud. The report frames the fraud as a systemic risk, warning that future CAG audits would cause severe ministry embarrassment. Phase 2 proposes a corrective notice with strict monitoring to protect route continuity. If internal systems fail, escalate to the Central Vigilance Commission. Procedural courage holds the private partner accountable without destroying the public good. It also protects the civil servant from charges of insubordination. We conclude with the final step, the justification. A civil servant's highest loyalty is to the Constitution and public welfare, rather than the public relations image of a department. When applied to the UDAN scheme, this priority is clear. If the common citizen is structurally bypassed for private profit, then protecting the scheme's name comes at the cost of its actual purpose. Effective administration involves wielding established procedure as a tool to ensure accountability. This specific PIB incident serves as a template for a broader category of UPSC questions regarding public-private partnerships. Here is a practice question derived from this case study. When conflicts arise between accountability and profit in PPP welfare schemes, what values guide a civil servant's course of action? A high-scoring response must demonstrate a balanced, stakeholder-aware thought process that avoids emotional extremes. Real-world ethics is about navigating these gray areas with documented precision. Success in the exam and in governance belongs to those who protect the public interest without breaking the system they serve.